Hey guys, it's MugenLord and we're back again.
That's right.
And this time we're going to talk about Sony's overall our impressions with their press conference and some of the games. I guess I'll start off first. I just want to say that, man, we went to the special viewing at the movie theaters at where we live at in Philadelphia. Yeah, it was a fun experience. We had a little VIP passes.
Special.
They gave us the beta code to Destiny and
Battlefield
Hardline.
It's like a $5 difference.
Yeah, $5 place your network money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just want to say that their conference was long. It was so drawn out.
Very long. 2 hours.
That's how I felt.
I was doing
almost 2 hours.
Literally, it wasn't 2 hours?
No, it wasn't like, I think it was like 90 minutes.
It felt like
2 hours. But yeah, it was overall, it was the pacing was bad. Let me put it that way. When the conference first started, it started with a trailer of Destiny. I'm like, oh, okay, Destiny, this is pretty good. And then at the Destiny, just threw in this trailer of the Order, was it 1886 it's called? Order 1886? Yeah. When it came on, I'm like, oh my god. And especially, what I like about it is, when we was at the theater, we was able to see all their games in like the full, full resolution with 60 frames per second, and watching it on YouTube or just watching it from the screen,
the quality.
You couldn't really see how beautiful these games were until if you sat in the movie theater and watched it, because man, it was hard to, I had a hard time believing, is this the actual game? But anyway, Sony started from Destiny to Order 1886, and then all of a sudden it came in with this game called,
it was like a
Entwine.
It's like a bird. A bird and a fish. They were in love and all that stuff like that, and I was like, what? And they created some type of dragon, so I don't know what that I was looking at. I think from that point on it went downhill until it got to near the end of it.
Yeah, because it was ridiculous, because after they did the Entwine, the guy on stage like this, and that's right guys, you can get this in stores on the PlayStation Network right now.
It was hyping it up for nothing.
But so quiet. We sit in the theaters like, okay, we don't really care, I guess, but the pacing was just horrible. It slowed down, then it picked up. Then they had Little Big Planet 3. What do you guys think about that?
I love Little Big Planet. I mean, I played the first one, beat the first one. I know it sounds silly saying that you actually beat these games, but I beat the first one. I played a little bit of the second one. I played the PSP one. I enjoy those games. They're fun to play with friends. It's a little bit monotonous, but I still love it. It's more so something you play with your girlfriend or something like that. I just didn't like the fact that they made characters for stuff that you could have did on your own, but in a different way. I didn't like that. It felt like they didn't, know what else they could do with it. So
I mean, you had what? You had the bird. You had the dog.
You had the big puppet thing. I think they call him Sock Man. That's some Sock Boy. What's the name of that purple thing in McDonald's?
From McDonald's.
That's what he is, but he's a sack.
I mean, to me, this is my opinion. I know a lot of people probably complaining for it, but to me, I think Little Big Planet is kind of overrated to me, overhyped. I had the first Little Big Planet, and to me, it wasn't fun. No, starting off was fun, but after a while, it gets repetitive. It's just a platformer. Even though you create things and do all these different things, to me, it didn't cut it for me. But I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed by now they focus on these different mechanics of the different characters and what you can do with each of the stages. So it does encourage co-op play and strategy and stuff. So I can say I was impressed with that. Then Sony also showed off a little bit of the hardline, Battlefield hardline. I was pretty impressed because they pretty much they're doing something different from Call of Duty. They realized that they can't battle against Call of Duty as far as sales is concerned. Yeah. So they want to try to go a different approach, which I was impressed with, the cops and robbers thing.
Yeah, that was the biggest dream for anybody who ever played that as a kid. Yeah. I was highly impressed with that game. This will make me want to buy a Battlefield game. I mean, I'm sick of the whole Army franchise. I'm tired of that. This is something that would make me go out and buy this game.
Yeah, so that wasn't bad at all. Then they started showing off indie games. Some of their full lot of indie games.
But the one that stood out for me was No Man's Sky. Yes, that was different. I'm a whole science fiction person, and I love games where I can travel into space and explore different planets. Like for example, Mass Effect. I love that game to death. Mass Effect is just one of the games I love. And No Man's Sky, for any game, is impressive. Come on, this whole entire universe basically generates planets.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I mean, this is not the kind of game for me, but I give credit where it's due. I was impressed. Like, not only the visuals, but like I said, in the movie theater, you able to see everything, the way it run, the total resolution, everything, and how it moves, and how smooth it ran, and everything. I was totally impressed because I didn't know where this trailer was going. I was like, okay, what is this? Like, what's going on? I don't know what to expect from it. And then I think it's always the small things, to me, in my opinion, that really gets me. Because when the player got in the ship, he literally flew off the planet. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
I think they got everybody. Like,
yeah, I was like, holy crap. I said, all right, now it got my attention now. So, and then when I saw him flying towards the other planet, I said, no way. There's no way in the world you can actually fly into another planet and you actually go into the atmosphere.
Yeah,
and when
no loading screen.
Oh my, when I seen that, I said, okay, that really got me. Even though this is not exclusive to Sony, it's on the Xbox One, but I didn't even play smart by putting that onto their
I'm sorry, I would get this for my PS4. Literally, I wouldn't get this for Xbox One.
And then after all the massacre of indie games, they started picking back up. They showed the Ratchet and Clank movie trailer.
Oh yes,
They showed that.
I was totally impressed with that. They're actually making the movie, and then they're gonna go in there and HD remix the whole entire game. They're actually building the game from scratch. I was highly impressed with that.
Exactly. With newer scenes and everything.
I'm a Ratchet and Clank fan.
So yeah, that's good. That's good for the fans out there. Another thing too was the Last of Us.
Oh my god.
Remastered.
I just beat the the one on PS3 because I haven't really had time to get to it. But I just finished it, and then I seen the remastered version. It looked like a totally different game. Like, I was like, are you serious? I'm going to be the one that's going to buy that all over again for that system. I'm going to buy it all over again.
That's an HD remix.
Yeah. I was impressed with that, and Naughty Dog said that this was what they really wanted the game. This was how the game was truly supposed to run and how it's supposed to feel and look. And with the PS4, they were able to do that. So I was impressed. I was impressed with that.
I don't know about that Tomb Raider, the first game with their HD remix for the Higher Council. I don't know what the heck I was looking at.
They no, it was Microsoft that showed the Tomb Raider.
That was last year, right?
No, I'm talking the new ones.
No, Microsoft showed Tomb Raider.
All right, then we had a teaser trailer to the Strike Theater game.
Oh my god, Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4. That was the highlight of that whole E3, man. Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm so much of a nerd off of that game. I wanted to cry in my seat. Like that's my game right there, man.
I only played the first one. I love the Uncharted series. I feel like I got him started into it. I just didn't really jump into it like he did.
I beat all three of them, and I really thought they wasn't coming out with a fourth one. My dreams came true. The whole freaking place was clapping. Everybody was like screaming. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, especially with all the bad news that's coming from Naughty Dog, where a lot of directors and a lot of creative people were leaving Naughty Dog, so a lot of people didn't think that we would ever see an Uncharted 4. Yeah. Then they showed off Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh my goodness!
Now everyone went crazy at the movie theaters because the moment the game started, people thought, okay, this is cinematic, but when Batman started moving, people started cussing like, holy shit!
You seen the rain and everything dripping off his cape, like,
and then the way my man was gliding through the city and then jumped down to the Batmobile.
The moment Batman jumped off the building and started gliding, like everybody just lost their mind in the movie theater.
No. When he landed, hopped in that Batmobile.
I like the driving mechanics in this game. Literally, the combat with the Batmobile looks hot.
Yeah, I was expecting some type of like the Batmobile gameplay. I was expecting it to be sluggish, but I was impressed how you able to strap left and right, shoot the missiles, and still maintain some type of like fluid control to the Batmobile. Even though I'm not like a vehicle type guy, but I thought that was pretty interesting how they handled the Batmobile in that game.
Actually, I was getting kind of scared when the screen was messing up, but actually, when I thought about it, that was actually meant to happen. Because you play as Arkham Asylum, which is the first one, where you did the scene with the whole Joker thing and the Black Gate. The screen messes up, and it's basically Scarecrow putting an illusion in your head. So at
Very toxic.
the E3 conference, when the
okay.
screen was messing up, that was meant to happen, and then the screen changed to Scarecrow.
Oh,
And I was like, oh snap.
oh, okay,
Like,
that makes sense.
I
was like,
didn't
oh man,
think about
sorry,
it that
that's
way. I was like, yo, come on.
yeah, that's how I thought at first, but it didn't trigger in my head, so I thought about it.
And then, I guess before the last thing is, but they talked about it earlier, but I guess we talk about it now. A remake to Grim Fandango.
I've actually sat down. It was me and MugenLord and DX Strike, and we looked at the game.
I've never played. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I never had a PC back in the day when Grim Fandango was out. Back in the day. So we went to go look it up. 'Cause I remember seeing advertisements in Game Informer magazines back in the day, Game Pro and stuff. I'm like, when I was young, I didn't really care for it. I'm like, what the heck is this? But we went back and looked at some of the old gameplay and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed for what it was at that time. You know, the storytelling and the visuals and stuff like that.
That was back in the days Telltale game.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. It felt like a Telltale game.
So now they're remaking that. But overall, before we close out, overall, I think.
You got Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat X. I was impressed with that.
Yeah.
The visuals, they don't look stiff. Remember,
Yeah,
like
it's faster and flexible. I like that. They didn't do that.
Yeah, they don't move like this or whatever like that. So I was impressed, especially with the new character, that big tall dude, the little kid on his back and everything.
I was totally shocked at the environments in the game, and the fact of the matter is, you got 3 different class type within one character instead of just having them all mixed up into one character.
Yeah.
I was highly impressed with that.
Yeah, that brings more depth to the game. I like there's a new characters in this game, so it's gonna bring a new game, Mortal Kombat game to the table. No old characters, anything.
And
so
they also said, and Boone also said about the Mortal Kombat that we should you know what, we should hold that to another video. Talk about Mortal Kombat to itself. And want to get off into a whole other thing. But overall, I think the pacing was bad with Sony. And it was kind of long and drawn out, and they pushed emphasis on the whole PlayStation TV, which I really don't care too much for. Or the games like Little Big Planet 3, I didn't care for.
They showed Bloodborne, but you really didn't see anything,
Yeah,
so I couldn't get hype about it. So
yeah. But overall, I would give Sony a B as far as their conference.
I agree with that.
I'll give it a B minus.
I mean, people my people like around here and everything know that I'm a Sony diehard fan, literally, and I have to say this deserves.
I mean, I say B minus because most of the games that they showed were games that were on other systems that I was hyped for, but it wasn't really Sony. So
yeah. But that's our overall impression for the Sony E3 conference overall. This is MugenLord.
Nick Strike.
Yo, Anthony.
Signing off.